Yeah, we just hit 100 subscribers. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just thankful. On our way to 200 subs. So if you new to the channel, you ain't subscribed as yet, please do subscribe. I want to say thanks for all those who are already subscribed. Yeah, just thankful, to be honest. So today's video is gonna be me editing your photos, episode 2 kinda. I think it's episode 2. Editing your photos today, and if you want to be featured in the next episode of this series, all you gotta do is either hit my email or my Instagram and you'll be featured in the next episode. So first submission coming in from my guy Kurt from Latitude, Barbados. Amazing shot. Firstly, all I gotta say is it's an amazing shot. As it is, I think it's already great. I didn't really think that I needed to do anything drastic or dramatic to it, so I kind of just left it as it was. Made a bit of minor corrections, like brought down the highlights, brought out the shadows. I messed around in the hue tab, you know, made the blues more blue and made the water a little more pretty, I guess. And colorful. Yeah, bro, amazing shot. Thanks for the entry. Honestly, I would love to get it more myself, because just look at this shot. Amazing. So here's another picture from Kurt again. Shot was already very well exposed. Entire image is in focus. Nothing much really. It was an amazing shot as it is. Just made some minor corrections and so the next shot is from my good friend Rihanna. These shots perfectly represent my point that I was trying to bring across in my last video about phone photography, where she basically picked out her outfit, did what she had to do, got her phone, got a friend to take the pictures, and she completely avoided a photographer, just like I was saying in the previous video. So if you haven't watched that, please go and check it out. But yeah, so firstly, I love the creativity behind the shoot. It was very creative, different. The vibe that I got from it was like an old school, like a vintage vibe with the roller skates and everything. Just love the whole concept of the shoot. And honestly, I really enjoyed editing these pictures. So for the first one, the shadows were way too dark because she was in the shadow and the background was really bright. So the first thing I had to do was adjust that. So I had some graduated filters from the top and from the bottom. And the one from the bottom, I pulled up the shadows and the exposure. The one from the top, I pulled down the exposure and pulled down the highlights, and making her pop out more in the image, and further drawing the eye onto her being the subject. For the next image from Rihanna again, this one again I wasn't really sure how to edit it, so I just copied the settings from the previous image she entered and I pasted it onto this one. I came up with this edit. And for the third image that she sent, again another interesting one representing the phone photography industry. Very creative, you know, it's just different. So firstly, I got my preset and I added my base preset to the image, and then I just made some minor adjustments, adjusting the highlights, the shadows, in the hue slider and saturation, adjusting the colors, making sure skin tones still look natural, because that's very important. Anytime you're editing portraits, you have to make sure the skin tones look natural. So yeah, this is the edit I came up with for this image. And again, Rihanna representing the phone photography industry excellently. So yeah, my style of photography and editing is more of a teal and orange look. That's just the style that I like to edit in. That's the reason I just put this preset on most of my images, because somebody else might edit these totally different. So yeah, this is just the way that I decide to edit them. Nevertheless though, great images from Rihanna. Thank you for the entry, and on to the next one. The next entry is coming in from my good friend Pierre again representing the phone photography industry. So for this first one, it's just a shot of the boat out in the ocean with a big rain cloud in the background. The photo just felt really like moody, and there's a little bit of sunshine, but there's that rain cloud in the back that just makes it feel a little different, you know. There wasn't really much I could do with this image because there wasn't much I could do without like damaging the image or making it look weird. Yeah, I was trying to do a lot with it, but then it just started to look weird, so I just kept the edit minimal, and this is what I came up with. It's recording because my cameras do beer shaking. So for the next shot that Pierre entered is this beautiful shot of this boat out on the ocean. I really enjoyed editing this one as well. I felt like I was able to bring out my style of editing in this one a lot more, and I could do a lot more with this one than the previous image. Just started by applying my base presets. You don't have to use presets, but I made this preset to make my editing a lot faster. And I think that anyone doing photography should make their own presets and, you know, make things a bit faster and easier. But yeah. And I made adjustments to suit this particular image, and this is the edit that I came up with. Again, a lot of people representing the phone photography industry continuously proving to us that you really don't have to have a big fancy camera to do photography. So if you've been meaning to do photography and you don't have a camera, no problem. Take your phone, get creative, do what you have to do. And when you do decide to do that, make sure to send your photos over to this email so that I can edit them in one of these episodes. So thanks to Pierre for the entry, and I can go on to the next. So this next entry is coming in from another photographer. Her name is Donicia, and this is her Instagram right here. These are some beautiful portraits. Again, it's kind of tricky editing portraits. Skin tones are very important because you don't want to have your subjects with unnatural looking skin. It's very easy to get carried away in editing, but you have to remember to keep the skin tones looking natural. So for these images, again, I applied my base preset. If you are editing and you're not using presets, I advise that you start using presets because it just makes the process so much faster. Applied my base preset for her first image, and honestly I really love this one. I love the colors in it. Going again for my style of editing, teal and orange being her skin, so I made her skin a little bit more saturated to represent the orange. And then I turned the blue from being so navy and turned it into more of a teal blue, but not too much because I didn't want to make the image look too far from the original, but still representing my style of editing. I added a bit of a vignette, brighten up her face because there was a shadow on her face that definitely needed to come out in order to make her pop more. For the next 3 images, again, preset, adjustments, yeah. So yeah, thanks again Donicia for the entry. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of the video. Again, I want to thank you guys for 100 subscribers, and now I am on the way to 200.
Yes,
then we can
sir.
hit 300, 400, 500, 600. We're going up, numbers going up, everything going up. Again, if you want to be featured on the next episode, just send the images to this email right here, and I'll be sure to include your images in my next episode.